Hello, my name is Mark. Welcome to Mark Thought About It. When I first started doing this page, I thought that, well, I don't need to do anything political. That's not me. I'm more of a sports and movie and music guy, if you've seen any of my past posts. But I'm going to, for this one time, I'm going to say this about what just went on in the past election, and I'm going to go on about my business. Donald Trump was elected president of the United States for the second time. And I'm going to say that I am not mad at Donald Trump. I am not mad at any Republicans. I'm not mad at any Trumpsters. But I am highly disappointed. And my anger goes towards another group of people. And that group of people are the people who did not vote. My thing is, everybody has a voice, everybody has a choice. That's like they try to say. But my thing is, and this is plain and simple as it gets for me, if you did not vote, shut the hell up. You've got nothing to say. It is pathetic that in the time that we're living in and the convenient ways that things are put in front of us to do something like vote, we choose to bypass it and usually are the loudest ones doing the complaining when it's all said and done about it. I saw some numbers on TV that said that at least 15 million voters who voted in 2020 did not vote in 2024. Over 15 million people. The best set of numbers I can show you, it states that in 2020, Joe Biden received over 81 million popular votes. But in 2024, Democratic to Democratic, Kamala Harris received over 66 million votes. At the same time, in 2020, Donald Trump received over 74 million votes. And in this election, he received over 71 million votes. At the time that I saw these numbers, these are the numbers that I'm speaking about. So, for all those people out there who always seem to always want to say, my vote doesn't count, and then you do it 15 million times, this is what you get. And I'm not trying to say that all 15 million of those votes would have been for Harris. That's not what I'm saying. But you see what I'm speaking about when I say such a thing. Me personally, I can't have nobody complaining about Trump this or Trump that, and you didn't even vote. I think that defeats the purpose of your argument. You have no argument when you didn't utilize your vote. I am the type of person that I'm like that when it comes to voting. I was a young teenager coming up, and I hung around of a lot of old heads, as they used to call them, older people that had more wisdom than I had, and I learned from them. But I remember hearing the stories about throughout history the hardships that came with black people, and not only just black people, but a lot of people having trouble voting. Now, I'm not just talking about in the 1800s, the 1920s, the 1940s. I'm talking recent memory to the point where, if you want to call the 60s and the 50s recent, it's recent enough that you have relatives that's still alive that's that age. And those relatives that you have that age, remember that they didn't get to vote because they were tricked, they were threatened, they were beaten, some were jailed, some were lynched. And it's a damn shame that I have to tell some of y'all lynched mean they were killed. All in an effort to try to vote. And now we spring forward to the days that we're living in now, in the days of cell phones, internet. The future is here, the future is now. Back in those days, those people would have to go a long way to go somewhere to vote, sometime on foot. Nowadays, we have polling centers all over the place in every city. We have mail-in votes. We have early voting. We have every aspect there is to vote. Now, unless you were in the hospital, unless you were incapacitated in some type of way. Now, if you were truly to the point where you were in the house and you couldn't get a transportation, I am not including you in this here. But I really feel it's stupid, it's lazy, and it's damn embarrassing. And right now, I'm speaking primarily to my black folk because you want better. You talked amongst each other about wanting better. I'm not sitting there and saying a vote will automatically make it better, but who's to say that it wouldn't? I'm frustrated because of some of the things that I saw during the political campaign season. I watched one television commercial. No, I'm sorry, I said it wrong. I watched it on the news. There was a black lady, and I do believe it said she was from Pennsylvania. She got in front of that camera and she said that she could not be voting for Harris because she is, quote, unqualified, unquote. Let's look at that for a minute. Kamala Harris, prosecutor, district attorney, those are politics. Went on to become the sitting vice president, unqualified. To that same black lady who was an idiot to say that Donald Trump, a reality TV guy, everything negative that everybody could say about him. I'm not here to list all those things. Not yet, anyway. To say that that's qualified, I think that's crazy. So I'm going to let that stay there. I'm going to get off of that. Now, before I close out, I want to make a list. This is what I love to do. I'm going to make a list of the disappointments of Donald Trump being re-elected president of the United States. And in doing so, I'm going to ask a question. How much did we choose to forget to elect him? 1, to have police officers support Trump after January 6th insurrection. 2, to have active military and military veterans support Donald Trump after January 6th insurrection. 3, to have Puerto Rican people support Donald Trump after what we heard and saw, because they played the video enough of it, where they downgraded your whole race of people, your whole history, your whole island. That's ludicrous. 4. People, Republicans, yelled loudly about Joe Biden's age. Joe Biden this age. Joe Biden's old. Joe Biden's 81. He can't be fit. When Donald Trump is 3 years younger at 78 years old. Acting like it's a decade or more difference in between. The hypocrisy is real. 5. So many felony charges against Donald Trump. How was he even eligible to be able to run for the President of the United States? How was he even able to run for any public office? 6. We, and when I say we, I'm saying everybody that's listening to me now and everybody around that ain't listening to me now. We obviously chose to forget about COVID and Donald Trump's part in the deaths of millions of Americans playing political games. And how the Democrats, the Harris campaign and all, chose not to keep that an alive memory for America and keep bringing that up. So we always want to say in something when it comes to involving America, don't forget. America says, don't forget 9/11. They say, don't forget the Holocaust. They say, don't forget Boston. They say, don't forget Oklahoma City. Then how we get to forget COVID then? How? And the person that bears the most responsibility for it. 7. Trump was destroyed in his one and only debate with Harris and refused to do another debate. I vividly recall Donald Trump having one debate with Biden that he said he won. A lot of people said he won, and he bragged on it and brought it up and kept talking about it and kept talking about it. So why did not Harris and her campaign of people not keep bringing it up? You only talked about it. You didn't keep it fresh. There was so many reasons and so many things that could have been utilized, but the Democrats wanted to play, we're friendlier than that. We're nicer than that. We're not gonna stoop to new lows like them. Well, here's the thing, Democrats, Harris campaign, stooping to the new lows is what got this man reelected. So those are the things that I wanted to jump out there about. I'm not going to get political again. I'm going to go back to my sports, go back to my movies, go back to my wrestling, go back to my music. And I hope that you will join me and come back with me on that. I do appreciate everyone who has listened to me and followed me. Please give me any likes, comments, anything that you agree with me on, anything you disagree with me on. I don't care. We can talk about it. I have no problem whatsoever with it. So I want to thank you for your time. I appreciate every one of y'all that's out there. And please take care. Bye-bye.